Vatican has me canonized, I will be named the patron saint of lost things. Not because I can help you find shit, but I lose things. Keys, clothes, cars, jewelry, boyfriends. It's like my life is a spinning vortex looking to create a scrapbook of my existence. So it tears off tiny pieces of me and eats them like communion wafers. Always managing to regurgitate them up later on. A sock behind the dryer, a bracelet on the sidewalk, a boyfriend behind my bushes. Once I even lost my mother. I couldn't find her for 14 years. A poltergeist called Crack broke into our house one night, grabbed my mother by the ankles, and drug her off to the scrapbook. I think she was sandwiched between the page of my lost virginity and a pair of car keys, things I was waiting to have returned to me. I called her name for 10 years like an imaginary friend gone lost. Eventually, I just figured she would show up one day like the honoree at a really long surprise party. I just had to wait. And she did. Came back to me with brush burns on her knees and blood caked under the crescent of her fingernails, frayed edges on her will to survive. And I wonder what demon's asses she had to kick, what crazed lunatic inside her head she had to beat with a fucking tire iron to crawl out of that hole and find me. But she did. Came back like everything I've ever lost, like faith. And for 6 years, I've sat satiated and content that everything I lose comes back to me like some sort of cosmic boomerang. Well, yesterday, the phone rang with medical machines beeping in the background like mortality's backup singers, while the other end of the phone bled words like Graves' disease, transesophageal echocardiograms, fluid threatening to evict the oxygen from my mother's lungs, and I was Novocaine numb. Silent as this room. She's been sick since June, and I hate myself for all the times I've called her a hypochondriac inside my head. For the narcissism I pull up like clean panties every day that has me thinking I'm so goddamn important that the universe owes me at least the 13 years it stole from my mother and I, because it fucking does. But I'm starting to fear that the disappearing quarter act is up, and tomorrow I will stand on the edge of the vortex and watch it swallow itself with my mother inside like a missing rabbit in a botched magic trick, afraid that the sick in her is stronger than my faith in God's ability to heal, and all that this too will pass is just a token of bullshit we throw in the toll booth of karma so we don't have to be the recipient of the bad news. And yes, I'm confused because I was so lucky for so long, and maybe arrogance is God's only unforgivable sin. So I'm going to call this poem an apology for ever thinking I was anything more than a really lucky crackhead's daughter. And I'm praying to whatever patron saint listens to poetry and little black girls to spare me from this punishment, because I cannot lose my mother again.